Hey, I'm Baby Queen.
Hi, I'm Katie Beza.
Hey, this is Ram McMullen.
Hi guys, Lara here.
Hey, I'm Jim from Koala.
Hi, I'm Astrides.
And you are listening to Léim Thart.
And you're listening to Léim Thart.
And you're listening to Léim Thart.
It's out now.
I really hope you enjoy it.
So enjoy.
Joining me today, all the way from LA in California, in America, it's Matt Hansen. Welcome to Léim Thart. You've got quite a crazy year ahead of you. So thanks for waking up first thing in the morning to talk all the way over here in Ireland.
Of course. Anytime.
No, it's great to hear all that's going on for you. And you have your debut album, Orchid. You've been working on this for quite some time. You've been releasing music for nearly 5 years independently now. And over 1 billion streams later, you got round to it. You took your time, but you worked away at it.
Yeah, definitely took my time, but I was waiting for the right moment. I was really waiting, and this felt like the right moment. Felt like the story had kind of come to a close of this chapter of my life. I'm so excited. It's a big moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's finally come to fruition, and you
Seriously.
previously had your own headline tour with over 40 dates last year, and there will be an incoming album tour later this year. But before all of that, all the listeners can do their study work because you have all the music for them to listen to first thing. It's Orchid, the album. You've been teasing it for a little bit. You've been getting a few songs out, and now they can finally get it wherever they listen to music. Why the name
Yeah.
Orchid? Because it's famously a very delicate plant, but a beautiful one at that.
That is, you are describing it perfectly. That is a big reason why. I find it to be a pretty good representation of how love works. And I think a lot of the inspiration came from the song Orchid, which I wrote around 2.5 years ago, which is the title track of the album. And we're just talking about different metaphors for love, as songwriters do. That's what we think of every single day. What's a new way that we can, describe love? And I think that an orchid is so interesting because you can, if you water it and you take care of it perfectly, it can last for a very long time. And if you don't, it just dies. And I think there's something so special about that property and the way that it can relate to love too. And so the song is my favorite song that I've ever made. And when I made this song, I was like, this is the name of my album. And I've never looked back since. So for the last 2.5 years, I've had the name of my album. I just haven't had the album yet. And now I finally get to say that, it's done. It's done. We've turned it in. It is the album. It is going to come out. So very excited about it.
That's great to hear. So how long were you laboring away before you finally felt like you could put a dot at the end of the sentence that the album was there?
I mean, there were many moments where I thought I might have been fully done. The thing was, I really wanted to feel like it was kind of the end of a chapter in my own life, like rather than just the story that I was trying to tell. Because all of these songs that I'm writing are personal and are like direct experiences. So I wanted to, the album to lead into something more hopeful. I think I was stuck in this weird trap of like, almost like I love to relive the trauma for some reason. Like I know there are a lot of people that like to make themselves like kind of dwell in things, and I had been feeling that for the last like 3 years, and then I was like, I don't want to leave people with just this feeling. I want people to leave with some amount of hope rather than just, sadness and like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? I think that um there's so much more that's happened to me since all of these things, and I wanted to leave people with a good feeling after the album rather than just feeling depressed. So yeah, I that's kind of been what the wait has been. I've been waiting for me to get better, basically, to put it out so that I could, be like, okay, yeah, guys, it can get better. Like, trust me, I did it myself. So, yeah, didn't want to lie about it. Didn't want to lie about it.
Very honest. And in looking towards that kind of hope, I mean, sometimes it's hard to listen to the songs on this album because there's a lot of naked feeling to be felt through
100%.
listening to the songs, and you seem to have had to have take a lot of kind of steps for self-protection before facing back out into the world again. So what kind of was there for you, or how long were you working away at that? I suppose to get to the songs that you, not that you didn't want to get to the previous songs, but to get to songs that you wanted to kind of close the story.
Totally. It took a lot of intense self-realization because I think I obviously as you write more songs, you start to understand more and more about yourself. Because I feel like for me, my songs are what I'm feeling inside, and I don't really know how to say. I'm really bad at talking about my feelings, and which I know sounds very odd considering I write about them, but that feels easier to me. Putting them down to song feels like an easier way to say what I want to say. And so it took me a really long time to understand like the direction that I was going. And because after something very, very traumatic, it's tough to be like, well, what's next? Like I'm not even sure like how I feel. Sometimes you just feel numb. You can't really recognize like the difference between being just like fine and then, actually being, back in that place. It's a very weird purgatory, where nothing kind of feels real. Because everything was so heightened back then, like all of the sadness, all of the joy, because you had these huge swings of everything and it was crazy. And then you go back to this baseline of kind of just like everything is like this. And um, so I had to almost learn to feel that hope again in a very real way because I hadn't felt it for a very long time. And um, because I had written songs before that were like, you know, maybe someday these things will get better, but I wanted to be like, it will get better, like for people. That's what I wanted to say in a song, and I didn't believe it yet. So it took me a lot of bad songwriting to get those good songs. Um, just because I didn't really know what to say. Because I didn't know myself. I didn't really know how to find that hope for myself. And then eventually over time, with enough, therapy and figuring it out, I started to find it again, and that's where all of these, happier, hopeful songs come from. They come from me really being happier and more hopeful. So, yeah, it's been a long process and definitely difficult, but I am obviously so happy that I did it because I'm just a happier person because of it. So, yeah.
That's great to hear. I mean, using the word hope, which I've heard you say a few times, it's recalling the Ray album to me because I went
Yes,
to go see
totally.
her a few months ago where it was kind
Mhm.
of the album campaign was kind of not happening just yet, but there was a lot of new music in the set. And I remember walking away thinking, okay, this album's going to be dark and difficult.
Mhm.
And those songs are
Mhm.
definitely there. But the fact then that it's
Mhm.
called This Music May Contain Hope. And by the end of the over an
Exactly.
hour of music, you realize, oh, that's been the message this whole time.
That's the message. Yeah. I absolutely love that album. It's fantastic. Very, very, she's just spectacular. She's
Yeah.
spectacular.
A
Yeah.
very different type of music to your music, but I just could see
Yeah,
that little through
totally.
line in terms of the journey between you.
Totally. Totally. She loves to play with those emotions too. Same thing. Same kind of thing. It's pulling those real raw feelings, It's amazing.
And now, in terms of touring, you've done support slots for the likes of
Mhm.
Teddy Swims, you've had Lauv. Are there any other dream artists that you would love to tour with?
Oh, I mean my all-time is Coldplay. They're my,
Mm,
all-time band. That would be spectacular. Um, I would love to. Ooh, there's so many good bands. Let's see. I mean, the Goo Goo Dolls would be so fire too. I would love doing that. Touring with Louis Capaldi too. That'd be amazing. What a voice. I mean, if I ever get the chance to even be in the same room as Adele, I would count my lucky stars.
wouldn't we all?
That, yeah, I feel like everyone would. Who knows if she'll ever do another tour again, but I hope she does. But yeah, there's so many greats. I think there are. That's the beautiful part about music is there's so many people that are very, very good at connecting, words to emotion and song to emotion. And I all of the people that I've opened for are so great at that. And so I just continue to learn from them. And yeah, it's been the best. It's been just absolutely the best.
And you will be taking all of this on your own tour with Orchid, the album. You're going across Europe and the US and Canada as well, North America, should I say, including some pretty iconic venues. There's like Trabendo in Paris, there's KOKO in London, that's a benchmark. And it's all going to be starting over here in Dublin, in the Academy at the start of October. So you can go get your tickets for that to come see Orchid live. This is bigger and better than ever.
It is, truly is. It is my biggest tour ever, like by far. I'm so excited. I had just the time of my life in Europe last time, and I'm really hoping because I got sick at the end of the last tour, and so there's a reason why we switched up the order. We're doing all of the UK and Ireland dates at the beginning, so I won't be sick, and I will make sure to have my best A game for all those people this time. But I genuinely cannot wait. It's gonna be huge. Yeah, all the venues are basically doubled from what I did last time. It's gonna be amazing. Cannot wait. Yeah.
I can't speak for every city, but Academy is definitely a benchmark kind of venue as you climb the ladder up in Dublin. So that's great to
So
hear.
excited.
Orchid, the album, you can go listen to it where you get your music, and the tour tickets will be available probably now, I'm guessing, by the time you are listening
go.
/ watching to this.
Yep.
Thank you, Matt Hansen, for coming to Léim Thart to talk about your huge year ahead.
Thank you so much for having me.